Hello, all of you Vainglorious, wonderful people, and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where today we're actually going to move away from this area that we've been working on. It's in the process of upgrading, and it will do its thing over time. You can see a lot of these are still newer homes that are working their way through. Mainly, it's education, I think, that is keeping the houses from upgrading. Yeah, but they'll get there because they have access to the schools that they need. High school coverage may be a little weak back here. We might need to do something about that. Now there's one over there, so it's fine. So since last time in the live stream, we built this university basically and filled in all this and did a sporting complex out here on the island, which is kind of nice because it has its own entrance off the highway over here. So a lot of tourists actually come in through this way instead of coming down to the city and clogging traffic. We also put in a metro that kind of loops through, so it just kind of goes, starts here, comes up here, there's a stop, there's a stop, there's a stop, there's a stop, and there's a stop, and then it just loops back. We did all that. We did bring the tram over here as well. So it runs and drops people off right in front of the university. There's a subway stop right there, so they can switch transport types if they need to. And then the tram runs all the way back here as well in one big loop. So it's kind of nice. So we've got one that kind of like goes over here and picks people up and then brings them to the university, and then this one that just kind of circles the neighborhood, which is kind of cool. And then, kind of in my own free time, I finished out this area. I finally found a cul-de-sac that actually works. That lets you zone houses on the end of it. I like there's occasionally a tree in the middle of them. Looks kind of cool. Although that tree might be a little close to the road, but whatever, it'll be fine. But I like this little neighborhood. I just kind of did this on my own. I was recording the video, and my recording software crashed, so I just finished it. So this was its own video, but whatever, it's now lost. But just a nice little area with 2,500 people, all low density stuff. Good mix of commercial and residential there. No offices, just commercial and residential. But where I want to go today is actually an entirely different part of the map, way over here. So you can see we're quite some distance from the main city. In fact, it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's serene. Because what I want to do is this is just a naturally perfectly good spot for a quarry. I bet it has some ore underneath it. What we can do is make that better by coming in here with our resource brush and saying, yeah, we want a lot. Just really beef this area up quite a bit. And I think we'll be able to get a good quarry working here. What we might have to do is bring some of the manufacturing side of it down here, which I'm fine with. And have just the mining operation up here. That's what I think is going to have to happen. Or maybe we get away with it up here. Yeah, I could. But we've got this major exit right off the highway. There is no rail nearby, though, and I thought there was. Right, my nearest rail is there, and that would have to go through that mountain as a tunnel to get there. That might be worth it, though, just right here, bringing another split and bringing it up and kind of following along this road. That way we could have a cargo terminal here. Because that's a long trek into town over to the other industries. I'm kind of thinking maybe, I don't remember where. Like over here is going to be like a big manufacturing area with like all of these big dudes once we get them all unlocked. I know there's a lot unlocked right now, but we're not making a lot of the resources for them. We just have like a big industrial area over here, and then the residential and commercial that supports it over here. But that's a problem for later. Do we have a meteor strike or a sinkhole? Yeah, we had a sinkhole. But anyways, yeah, I want to get some things going over here and get a quarry built. Where did it go? There it is. I always get lost trying to find it. But we've got a nice little flat area here to build a small town. It's all going to be low density. In fact, I'm going to try to even get smaller houses in here by making the roads really close together. And then, of course, they can also come down here And I may bring this road all the way across as like a main street through, like so connect off of here, kind of come up here, come up and around this, under this bridge across, and then up to there. This is Australia though, where we had lots of fires previously. It does get a bit hilly here, so if we do any homes, we'll have to work with the terrain, but we'll see about that eventually. So for now, let's figure out how we're going to get this quarry in here. We need to zone it as an industrial area. Obviously, we can't build on all those really super steep hills. Because, I mean, we could, but it would look really stupid. So I'm thinking, you know, if they come down here, and we can just have like this area right here for the manufacturing, maybe actually this whole area. We'll see how much we wind up actually needing, and then go from there. So quarry, we need the main ore building, which it's kind of, I don't know, where do we want it to go? This is already getting into some hills here, so it doesn't really fit anywhere up there. So let's do this. Let's find the right road to begin with. I'm going to stick to my industry looking road because I kind of like it. And we'll do this as kind of, not a grid per se, but kind of a grid. Oh, that did the thing where because it was set to a height, it dug down into the ground. So we will bring that up to 0 and then come out. There we go. Also, before we do that, let's go ahead and extend this Main Street Avenue through. I think that'd be a good idea. We're going to use a pretty plain one. Again, this is all going to be lower density stuff. In fact, I think I'm going to step down to just this road. Though, does this have sidewalks? Yeah, it does. It just doesn't have, sort of like for a median. Oh, you know what, though? We might want the median. That might not be a bad idea. Where's just, there it is. It's this road. Like, where is it? I found it. So, no, we don't want that to be up. We want this to be on the ground. So let's get that on the ground as quickly as possible. There we go. We'll have it just kind of curve along here, come right up against that little whatever it is for water. And then up under here. And then straight from here, I believe. Is that got me pretty much? It's pretty close. But we'll do a straight shot. Cannot build on water. Well, you know, I'm trying to make a bridge. Ever heard of those? These really handy things that let you go across water. It did a tunnel. Oh, of course it did. Oh, it's at -5 meters for some reason. Why? Was this at -5 meters, I bet? And that's the problem? Yeah, I bet that's the problem. That's okay. We'll fix it. So, can I just go straight here? Oh, I could. I could just go straight here. So, no, that's at 0 meters. Now it wants to make a bridge, so I don't know what was going on earlier, but whatever. So then, let's just try to see how these two are going to connect here. Let's bring this one straight for just a little bit. And then we'll have it turn. I see that weird bridge it made. We will fix it. So out over here, around these rocks. Then down to here to connect. Makes a weird transition right there, so let's make that better. Still wants to make a weird transition. Oh, we'll just manually sort that out. So grab this. That'll make that nice and straight. That'll make that nice and straight. And then that gives us a good curve. Awesome. Let's go here and fix this nonsense. Because that doesn't need to be in the air. And bang, it's no longer in the air. Cool. So now they've got 2 different highway entry-exit points for this whole area. Granted, there's no reason for the trucks to come down here. So that would be a longer drive. So they are definitely going to want to go up and through this way. So I'm thinking maybe just small residential area over here and our industry up there. And so right along in through here, we can get our main building in done. And that immediately unlocks a small ore mine and the ore grinding mill and some sand storage. Bear with me real quick while I get my spreadsheet open. And as I hiccup, sorry about that, excuse me. Weird hiccup, but I'm gonna get my spreadsheet open here. Oh gosh, where is it? Is it this one? I think it's this one. I don't really know. I have multiple copies of this, and so I always have to kind of find it. I need to go through and delete all my old copies. Yes, this is it. So we'll probably have to stick to this small ore mine, just given the way everything up here is laid out. I mean, because this thing is pretty big as it is. As you can see, already having trouble getting it to fit into places. Like the big digger might be able to fit there, but I don't know how big it actually is because I can't use it yet. So let's see how we could do with small stuff here. If I do 4 of each small kid, that will actually be, whoops, I put the 4 in the large. There we go, 4. So I would need like 5 underground. Yeah. So if I do 4 of these somewhere, I really thought this was just going to fit in here. I didn't realize how big these really are. And what does that look like if I do that? See, that looks terrible. It looks absolutely awful. So what we'll do, since we're going to need to use like the underground stuff, we're going to do something a little bit different here. Oh yeah, we got to bring water over here. Holy cow. What we're going to do is come in with our resource painter, get rid of this fertile farmland. In fact, we're going to get rid of it there too. We're going to bring ore here for now so that I can just build it over here. And then once I have everything in, we're just going to span them down for now. But once I have everything in and it gets upgraded, then I can select the buildings that I actually want to use. And go from there. I don't know why I did that thing, but you know, whatever. I did it, so... what am I putting down? Ore grinding mill. I need 3 of these in total, so perfect right there. 1, 2, 3. And then I just need some storage. Just put one there, and we'll put one here. And then what we'll do, so they don't have to... Oh, I hear a lawnmower. That's awesome. So, sorry about that. I know it's loud. It's right outside my window right now. That'd be my dad cutting the grass. So there we go. That will let them just come out of here, go to storage, and then turn up here and come around and come back. And then same thing here. They can just turn and then come up there. So let's get water pipes. God, where am I going to... Oh, that's not too bad. I can bring them from right here. So we can follow this road to the highway and then out to here. Wow, that lawnmower is loud. If anything I can hear over my headset is loud. Where are we going? Over there. So where does that road even come from? Does that road not actually go anywhere? No, it just kind of goes up there. That's weird. Am I really going to have to bring these all the way around here? And then back to the highway? I think that's silly. So what we're going to do is say they did a... Oh god, the lightning. We're going to say they did a big, huge public works project that brought it up under the mountain. There we go. Problem solved. And we'll just follow this little twisty mountain road in. It's like right here, and then up, and then do this. Like so. And go ahead and bring that on down just a little bit. And then if we come back in on this road, we should get fairly good coverage here. Won't cover it all, but we should get quite a bit of it. What do you mean you don't have power? How do you not have power? Seriously? What happened to our power? Our dam was working fine. This thing was putting out like 700. 600. Huh. Okay. So our dam's just not putting up as much power as it was. I tore down all the wind turbines because I didn't want to just rely on a bunch of wind power. I thought it was kind of silly. So we only really have these up here powering like those guys. So that means we need to think about power. I wasn't expecting to have to deal with that today. You know what? Where are we going to put that? I don't quite know. Well, we could use like this area out here. Because I really don't know what we're going to put out in this, like, why this is so hilly right by the edge of the water, I don't know. But I've never really figured out quite yet what we're going to put out here. Maybe this would be a good place for, like, utilities and stuff. Or maybe even over here, but this is more for cargo. This is more for industry. Maybe we could do power down here, but is that what you really want? Right there on your oceanfront property is just power stations? Not really. So let's see here. Maybe like back over here, kind of hidden. It's like this area is, like I said, going to be industrial. Maybe this would be a good spot. Oh, stuff burned down apparently. Don't know when that happened. Probably just now in this massive storm we were just having. Because we could do like water treatment plants and everything out here if we decided to go here. But I would need a place, like an exit for them. Or I could just bring a road all the way over to there temporarily. Be a long ass road. Oh, there's this right here. Aha. I didn't see this a minute ago. Why is that just one lane for a roundabout? That's terrifying. What we'll do is just bring it off of here for now. And then we can deal with it later if it needs to go elsewhere. So let's get that at 90 degrees off of there. And this is, again, temporary road, so we're not going to worry with making it too terribly pretty. But what I want is a road that kind of follows the edge of the highway here. Like... Okay, so that one's at second spot, and this one is at, there we go, there's the second spot. That doesn't look like it follows the highway, but that follows the highway. So I want something like that. So then we just need to bring, again, temporary, ignore how ugly this is. This is just so I can start building some extra power stations. Oh, there's lawnmower right next to the house again. Solar updraft tower are my favorites, honestly. Slope too steep. Oh my god, I thought that was just flat over here. Alright, so we go there, and we're going to go ahead and build 2 of them. Like side by side, and they're going to need water as well. They have water. Awesome, cool. Water availability is getting a little low too, but we'll get there. Alright, so that should take care of, more than take care of power, in fact. Yeah, it's way more than we need. So we have a huge residential demand. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, where is this quarry we were building? There it is. Part of it doesn't have water still. So let's fix that. Awesome, cool. So I guess over here is where we'll start building our residential area, and it's going to be just a small little town out here. Like, I think we're just going to use, like these little 2-lane alley roads off of everything. Maybe we could do, like, a regular 2-lane street, like, off a couple spots. Like, have one that's here, and then one that's, like, here, and then just run the alleys off of it. And I want them, like I said, really close together, so that they build smaller lots. See how that's just 2 and 2? And you get that from running your streets closer together. Let's put one more there. There we go. That gives me some 4s there. I don't really want 4s there. Let's bring it down a little bit. There we go, 2 and 2. That's what I want. And then we'll run one up this way. Come on. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna do it again. Like that. Good, 2 and 2. Some bigger houses back there, but we'll just zone it so that doesn't actually make bigger houses. And then here, we'll turn this into a curve in a minute. Some slightly larger houses, but it's okay if some people have some bigger houses. I just don't want them all to be big. I see this street a little bit bigger, but whatever. Again, I can also just zone it in to where it's only 2 by 2. So not too much to worry about. And this will get us our. These are trying to make just grids though, and that's a bit of a problem, but whatever. Let's go ahead and bring that one out. Like that. Cool. Awesome. And then some of these larger gaps here we can fit in like high schools and stuff. I decided not to do a corner there. I think that looks better. And we'll bring that down, and we'll bring that down, and then we'll bring that down if we can. Yeah, we can. Good. Awesome. Almost tempted to like put just another row in here. They're gonna not want to live right by the highway though. Like, that's gonna be a lot of noise for residential. We could also, or always upgrade to the larger or the more expensive highways that have the sound barriers, and we'll do that if necessary. So that means over here we're going to need schooling, probably 2 schools. So we'll do them kind of central here, like one there, and like, oh god, that's a little too close together there to get a school. That one fits. Cool. I don't know, though, that we're going to get, like, my normal parks in here. Oh, no, we are. Okay, playground. And a playground. And then the high school, we should only need 1 of those. Let's use this guy and kind of put him, like, right here by the water's edge. And, you know, since this is a low-income area, they don't get tennis. They only get a basketball team. There we go. That works. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. This is like just a small, like, ore mining community, not coal mining, but like, you know, it's like a small kind of rundown mining community that, you know, is long past its prime. You know, most people left for the big city that was built later down the road, and there's just a few people still out here. In this area, most of it's kind of reverted back to nature. You know, that just kind of like having a little backstory for part of it. It just seems like a fun thing to do, so we're doing it. That'll get that covered. So cool. This can all be residential, and then like this side can supply us with some commercial. So first things first, let's get the residential in there. You're gonna have them built up right on the main street. Just like a really old town would be. Like, there's houses on Main Street, there's commercial on Main Street. Sometimes we're right across one another. What I just realized, though, is we don't have any health care or anything like that. Let's see if we can get city services, like, right over here. Yep, firehouse, cool. Like that. And then a police station. We're using all these older-looking ones. And then we will need a post office over here because God knows that the one that we normally build, or the ones that we already have, will never get over here. You gotta do commercial in that whole corner there. And then we'll also need some death care, like right there. Across the street from the post office. So you can drop off your dead people there and then drop off your mail there. See, that's where you mail out the notification or the death certificate to the insurance company. Be like, yeah, Grandpa died. Please don't stop sending us pension checks, though. We really need those. I know, it's horrible. I'm horrible. It's making grids again. And I know I'm making a grid road. What I mean is it's making a big area that can be filled in, and that's kind of what we're trying to avoid. Like these bigger houses on the main street, maybe that's okay. You know, maybe that's where some of the wealthier people were, right on the main street, right by their shops and things. Possibly. So we'll do like some commercial there and like there, and then all of this is going to be commercial. This whole thing, we'll do commercial here. Do I really want commercial though? Getting the water view? I don't think I do. There we go. So that kind of killed demand. We're running at full speed. I don't know that I'm going to need public transit out here. I just don't think I'm going to. So let's do 2 by 2 with a house on the corner there. Same thing here. 2 by 2. A house in the corner. We'll say that, you know, maybe you guys down here closer to the water can have some bigger houses. Prime real estate. Maybe slightly more expensive houses get built by them. Don't know. But it'll quickly trickle down. It's just the smaller 2 squares do like a few 3 squares there, a few 2 squares there. That's already all split up nicely. So then here we'll go to 3 on that side, 2 that side, this there. Kind of do the same thing. There you go. Let's just bring that in. They want to put like a really big house there on the corner. So that meets all of our demand right now. And now it's just going to be a matter of letting this area start to grow up a little bit and get this quarry up and running, which this is really the only employer other than the commercial that's in the area. So I'm going to let this run for a few minutes, and then we will come back and see how it's growing up. So I've been letting the game run for about 25 minutes now, and it's starting to grow in quite nicely. We have a massive commercial demand, but as you can see, there's a lot of commercial complaining that they don't have employees. So why we have commercial demand? I don't really know. The quarry is producing everything it needs to, but struggling to get up to that 150 workers level. We have jumped from 58 to 72. I did go ahead and extend the Australia area out all the way over to here, and it's appropriate, on fire. And I switched from education boost to schools out. I also put in a high-rise ban so that we could have some apartment-style buildings here as well. Just, you know, so that we had a nice range of housing. So that area there was like, you know, the old thriving downtown, and this was the higher end single family homes for the mining workers. But of course, you know, now it's just a little sad run downtown, and it's kind of got the vibe that I want for this area. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it though. See what you think about it. I love the use of just these little alleys because people do walk on the dirt since they don't have a sidewalk. I think it just looks good, especially considering we got a lot of these smaller homes. I think it works out really well. And there's some bigger houses too. I did go ahead and upgrade the highway to the sound barrier. We did start getting people complaining about health because it's a little too noisy. So there's a great place to put your swing set right next to the highway. The concrete barrier will keep people out, I'm sure. And the thing's nearly as tall as an 18-wheeler, so I guess it's not too bad. So we shouldn't see too many educated people over here, and so hopefully that will encourage them to come work over here that we have lost to. But uneducated people tend to look for industry jobs in City Skylines, so it should work out well. And we've got quite a bit more zoned in that people haven't really started building in. We've got this little area here that we can see what we need when we're done. But I think that's been a fairly decent start to a whole new little area of the map that we can just kind of come revisit or maybe completely forget exists. Who knows? We'll have to see next week. But until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.